What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Father-Son Fantasy Football Podcast.
This is our bonus episode, so we're doing this guy or that guy again. And before we even get to the video, if you're listening to our first time, hit that subscribe button. You guys don't want to miss out on this content on our bonus episode channel. We post this guy or that guy, and if this is your first time tuning in, you guys, or even if it's your next time, second time, third time tuning in, and you guys don't know that we are a podcast first. Like we said, Father-Son Fantasy Football Podcast. We have great guests that come on our show. We talk about fantasy football. We're doing divisional previews right now. We're getting into our guys that we want to target in each draft. So go into the description below. Click on whatever podcast app you use. And subscribe and download on there. If you're on iTunes, give us a 5-star review. We will shout you out on our full episode show. And you also get an entry to the subscriber league. As of this date of recording, there's 2 spots left. There could be less even now. So get those points. Comment the video. Who would you rather have? Today's episode, we are doing Joe Mixon and Jordan Howard. 2 guys going really close to each other in drafts. And it's going to be a tough decision for any fantasy owner in 2018. PPR leagues, we're doing redraft. We talk about PPR leagues. So, Howard's going at the 210, Mixon's going at the 301. It's 14-15. I think you can see Mixon go ahead of him come draft time because he's a sexier pick. My dad's taking a Mixon side. I am taking a Jordan Howard side, and I am fully confident I am winning this argument. But let's hear it, Dad.
Well, Howard is a volume guy, but let me give you my spew on Mixon. He's going to be the workhorse back. He will look to build on his rookie season of last year where he started 7 games. He had 4 touchdowns and rushed 178 times for 626 yards, also caught 30 of 34 targets for 287 yards. So he only missed 4 targets. That's a pretty good stat right there. Early down work is his. He'll probably lose some third down work to Bernard, but Mixon is still a good pass catcher. Last year, he only had 1 game with more than 15 fantasy points. That's not a lot. But like I said, everything should change this year. They're going to use him a lot more. Mixon said he feels good. He lost some weight. So that should give him a little extra quickness that never hurt anybody. So right now he feels good, so he says. So he has a shot for some big upside this season as the feature back, especially because he will have a higher share of the offense this year than he did last year.
All right, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of hype going into him. So
there is a lot of hype.
Let's talk about Jordan Howard. He's currently going as the 14th running back. People are starting to get back on him. The report is that Matt Nagy wants to use this guy more than what we're talking about, and he's also come out and said that he's worked on his pass catching all off season long. Now, I don't care about what he says. He did not get new hands. He cannot catch. But he's only had like 20 catches, 23 catches, and 22 catches, 32 catches last year. I mean, if he even gets 30 catches, this guy is going to be top 15 guaranteed because he does not get his points from catches. He said back-to-back running back 1 seasons, and a part of the reason last year why he wasn't that sexy was that they were always in negative game script and they wanted to use Cohen more. I think this year they're going to have a better game script. They're going to be more neutral, and he ranked 15th in red zone touches last year, which should improve this year, and 10-plus touchdowns. I can see him having 15 touchdowns this year. They're going to be in red zone more often. This guy, they had 9 touchdowns last year, and you saw how bad that offense was.
Oh, the Bears were terrible.
Completely disgusting, and I did not want a piece of that. So the fact that he even scored 9 last year is crazy, and I think that this year he has potential to get double-digit touchdowns, and he can be a key volume play to your fantasy football team. Yeah, 9 touchdowns last year.
Oh, he was pretty good last year on a terrible Bears team.
You can't do this. This is my guy. Shotgun formation you're going to be using more often, and he's had more success in the shotgun formation. He logged 14 runs of 15-plus yards, top 10 in yards created, and Chicago's line ranked 7th in run blocking efficiency last year. And they have an easier schedule this year, actually. So I think everything's pointing up for Howard. People are just forgetting about him, and they're all like hyping up Tariq Cohen. But there's still value to be had in Howard, even though he's not a sexy pick. He has the opportunity to finish as a top 5 running back this year if he does get, say, 1,200-plus yards and 15 touchdowns. The touchdowns is going to be a big thing.
Yep.
If he had 9 touchdowns last year in his awful offense, he should have at least 10 this year in a better offense.
Both of these guys are going to get volume.
So, Dad, who would you rather have come draft time? I am taking Jordan Howard, and it's hard because Mixon is that sexy pick who's shedded weight, looks good, better offensive line, and all the hype for second year. But I am taking the guy who's done it back-to-back years and has more upside this year because of the new coach. I'm taking Jordan Howard.
I wouldn't have said this 2 weeks ago,
no.
But I'm probably going to take Howard too.
I just convinced you. I won that.
No, you didn't.
Let
just
us know in the comments below.
You didn't convince anything on me, okay?
Let us know in the comments
He's
below
gonna
who
get
you'd
the
rather
volume.
have. Comment that. Like the video if you made it this far. You obviously enjoyed it. Subscribe to stay tuned for more of this guy or that guy. And yeah, that's going to take us out of this episode. Follow me on Twitter at JustinFSFF. Check the description below again for the podcast app that you use and read how to enter into the subscriber league.
2 spots left.
2 spots left as of right now. Probably 1 when you're listening to this one. All right, bye.